Hello, all. I am William S. Jagetz, founding principal with Family Financial Management Practice. We are a wealth management firm focusing in areas of estate planning and tax planning. Here on the YouTube channel, we discuss issues around legacy planning for art collectors and artists. Today, I am coming to you from the Colored Girls Museum in Philadelphia. And with these lovely works, that's Barbara Bullock. This is Nicole Gray. And this is my very close personal friend, Martrice Roach. The founder and executive director, Vashti Dubois of the Colored Girls Museum, is a close personal friend of mine also, and will be joining us in the coming weeks to talk about her art collection and a little bit about the museum. So we'll have that to look forward to. For today, I've decided to take a little step back and talk about why we're here, why I've decided that it's important to talk about legacy planning for art collectors and artists. Uh, this is the fifth video. We've done this a bit, but I feel like I just kind of dived in like we were already going, and I want to just give some background and context. So the reason we're doing this, and the reason I want you to start thinking about the future of your art collection, and not just your next acquisition, but where's that collection going to reside, and what's going to happen with it when it's no longer yours. Your collection deserves a life beyond yours, beyond your own life. And as important as the individual artists are and the individual works of art are in your collection, uh, the curated collection altogether is just as important, because that it's more than just the sum of its parts. It is a thing. I just had this conversation. I have a Martrice Roach. Vashti has a Martrice Roach. I have a Nicole. I don't have Nicole. But say, for example, I have one, she has one. I've got Susan Ragland, she's got Susan Ragland. But even though our collections overlap, mine is very different from hers. Mine tells a different story based on my experience, my sensibilities, my values, etc. And her collection tells her story, and your collection tells your story, and that's a story that wants to be told, wants to be preserved, and it wants to be archived so that it can be shared, in the immediate and distant future with engaged and or curious, like-minded people in your community. So, uh, so how did I come to this? How did I come to this? So I was fortunate enough to have a mentor, uh, an art collecting mentor, Ron Ollie, who is no longer with us, but he was a beautiful human being, absolute genius art collector. And Ron had a, and he taught me to have a plan for collecting. He also had a plan for the distribution of his collection. Uh, it wasn't something he hurried to put together because he thought he was, going to be passing soon. He actually had a plan, and he gave his collection, the bulk of it, to the St. Louis Art Museum uh, prior to his death. He also gave some work to the African American Cultural Museum in Washington, D.C., so he has work in that permanent collection. And having learned from Ron, it occurred to me, well, it didn't occur to me that everybody didn't have a plan. I thought, because he was my model, that that's how it's done. I found out later, and I'm still surprised to discover that a lot of collectors don't have a plan and don't think about what's going to happen to the collection when when they die, when they're no longer there to steward it themselves. And that's important because, again, it's a reflection of you and the time that you lived in, your aesthetic, your values, of what's important. And it should, you know, if it's carefully curated, and I know that's what you're doing as best you can, it should live on and speak to future generations and members of the community, people outside the community who want to know us better. Then that's the impact that your collection can and should have. There are a lot of ways to, just like there are a lot of ways to amass an art collection. There's no singular right way to do it. There's also a lot of ways to get it wrong. In less so in collecting, but definitely in distribution. So, that's what we're going to be talking about: is what are the ways to secure your legacy and make sure that your collection is doing the things that you would like it to do, and representing you in the future. Uh, it's not just what you want to do; it's how you go about doing what you want to do. But even thinking about what you want to do before you figure out how to do it is important, and often it's not thought about. We buy art because we love it, and it moves us emotionally in the moment, and we're not thinking about its future life. I buy art, and I'm thinking about where I'm gonna put it, and how soon can I get it home. But the legacy absolutely should be a part of your planning as a collector and as an artist as well. I know a lot of artists, and I can tell you, artists have a lot of art. They, when you create art, it's not paint it, sell it, paint it, sell it, paint it, sell it. Even if you are successfully selling art and you have an excited collector base and it's moving along and you're having a nice career, over the term of a long career, you are going to amass an inventory of art. It may not be huge, it's probably not 300 or 600 pieces, but 25, 50, 60 pieces in your studio is not uncommon. And if you die without a plan, then you can only imagine what's about to happen to that collection. It could be come upon by someone who understands its value and who wants only to distribute it for maximum financial gain. It could come upon someone who doesn't understand its value and end up in thrift stores or yard sales, which makes for good stories on Antiques Roadshow or something. But in real life, that's probably not what you want. So, and it's not just the distribution of existing work in your studio, but the management of your career. When you, as an artist, when you die, your work lives on. So theoretically, your career can and will live on, as do all the artists whose names we know, and work still sell and impact various cultural institutions. And that's you, that's your future, and you want to think about it. How do you want to manage that legacy? So I'm not going in this episode to get into the particulars of any of that, but I just wanted to make sure that we all understand that's why we're here, and that's what we're doing. And hopefully, you will understand the importance of it and share my passion for preserving our culture through art and artists. So I will, in the coming weeks, start having guests, which is going to be great. And they'll, sit with me and we'll talk about, matters that are important to art collectors as far as, protecting and growing the collection and figuring out what the legacies are for us. I want to thank my affiliate partner, Artwork Archives, collectors, artists, small galleries, art dealers. If you have any art collection you want to check out Artwork Archive, that's where I archive my collection. You can show the collection, archive the collection, track what's where you got it, when you got it, who it's on loan to whom you sold it. It's a great program. The link for them is going to be in the description. Artwork Archive. Check that out. You will like it. And yeah, like, subscribe, and share the video. I appreciate your time today, and I look forward to talking with you some more in the near future. Be good.